Well, it's that time of year. Gonna have to winterize the water system in the boat. So I've never done this before. I've watched a couple YouTube videos and looks pretty easy. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by just draining out all the water out of the water tanks, and then I will put some antifreeze, or not antifreeze, but the RV antifreeze in, and run it through the system. So here we go. So I'm just going to start with the galley sink. I have no clue at how much water's in this boat. I've never really used the systems at all. I do know that this sink, the shower, and I believe the bathroom sink do work, and then the 2 toilets, but we're going to be pulling out the toilets and putting composting toilets in, so that's probably going to be a non-issue. I will still winterize them just in case I don't get to it before it freezes. It was 40 degrees out this morning, so it is starting to get a little colder here, and then once it drops below freezing, all this stuff needs to be winterized. So I'm gonna have to do the engine, and then I will do this system today. But I don't know how long this is going to take, so I will get back to you once all the water's run out of the system. So the water is still pumping out pretty good. It's been going for about 15 minutes. I'm going to head down to the bathroom and see what's going on in here. No water in that one. A little bit of a mess in here. So it looks like the shower head does have some water coming out of that, so we'll just let that run too. Just drain that out into the sink because it's kind of being used as a storage room in here now. A lot of this stuff just needs to be thrown away, but I haven't got to it yet because I've been working on the outside of the boat. So once we move on inside, I'll clean out the inside and get going. But we'll see how much longer it takes to pump all this water out. But I believe the boat holds 100 gallons, so it could take almost an hour if it's full. I have no clue how much water's in here, so we'll just let it pump out and go from there. So as you can see, I came down here to check on the water down here, and the sink is not draining, so I'm hoping it will drain slowly. I don't have to pull it all apart, but we'll see what happens with this project. All right, it looks like we're coming to the end here. That took about 25 minutes to drain out all the water. So there's quite a bit of water in the system, but I'm also gonna, once this finishes draining out completely, I'll go outside and stick a little wooden stick down the tank in the opening and see if I can just double check to make sure all the water's out of both the tanks, because there's 2 tanks on this boat. So that's the next step. Well, it looks like we're pretty much at the end of the water coming out, so what I'm going to do is I'll shut off the water pump and over here on the main switch, which is is Galley pump. So I'll just shut that off, and that stopped running. So now we'll go and check the water tanks and make sure that they're empty. So right here you got one there, and then you got another one here. So I gotta find the key to open those up, and then I got this stick here. I'm hoping that this stick will go down and in there, and we'll see how much water's left in there. All right, so I got that opened up, and see if this will fit in there. And there's absolutely nothing in that one. Let's see if we can get this one opened up. I don't know where my key went, so I'm just using an Allen set to open these up. And there's nothing on that one either. So it looks like these are dry, which is good. Put these back on. Tighten that up. Over, put this guy on too, and then I already bought some RV antifreeze, but it's in my truck, and that is not here. So swing over, pick up probably put 2 gallons in each tank, and start with that, see if that'll be enough. But I'll go grab that and come back and get this going. So I got my marine, RV, and marine antifreeze. So I'm just gonna start with I think I'll do a gallon and a half per side and see if that's enough. Basically just pour this in. That one. Yeah, so we got a gallon and a half in that one. Other side. Now let's fill up this side. All right, so now we'll head inside and turn on the water pump and see if we can get any water. We got any antifreeze coming through the pipes. So I'll go over here, turn that on, and let's just do one at a time. Sounds like the pump is priming though. So, getting pink out of the cold. And this is hot. Down a little bit so we don't blow water all over the boat. Looks like we might have something coming out now. Very slight tint of pink in there, but really not much. We might have to put some more antifreeze in the tank because I'm not seeing. It still seems like a lot of water, so I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, never done this before, so the hot water, I thought it just went through a heating chamber. I don't think there's a hot water tank, but I might have to do a little more research and see what's going on here. But that's it for now. So it does look like my sink is draining slowly, so I'm hoping in the next day or so that will drain, but I'm gonna see if we can get some. Thanks for this. So it looks like we get some pink going through here, so should be good. Let that drain out some. Let's try the hot again. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, a little pink coming out the hot. Definitely not what I would like. Well, there's always a little bit of a learning curve with this kind of stuff, so I guess we'll put a little more antifreeze in there and see if we can get the hot water to come out a little more pink because I'm afraid that's not pink enough yet. It does look like the sink in here does work a little bit, so turn this on and see if we can get, yeah, look at that, it's already starting to come out a little pink. Now this must have been for handheld shower here, I'm assuming, but that's looking pretty good. We got some pink coming out of here. Obviously this faucet's going to need to be changed, but still don't want to break any of my hoses because they freeze, so that's looking good in there. So I just dumped another gallon in each one of the tanks, so we'll see if this will come out pink. Definitely a tint of pink, but not much. I don't think that's gonna be enough, so there's got to be a holding tank somewhere probably. It's definitely starting to look a little pinker now. So I'm gonna give it another minute. We'll show you. I'll let you know what happens. Definitely starting to come out pink now, so I guess that's gonna be it for the faucet. Hopefully this will be good enough. I have a feeling I'm going to be replacing a lot of this stuff anyways, so if I do have a break, it's not going to be the end of the world, but I definitely prefer not to have to replace all the hoses too. But this is where we're at. So I ended up talking to one of the other guys on the dock here and about his hot water system, and he basically said there's an internal tank, like 6-gallon tank. So he said that he normally runs about 5-6 gallons through his. So I just dumped a bunch more in, and we are to the point where pink is coming out. So I think we're going to be good. So yeah, so basically I used I believe it was 6 gallons to winterize the system on this boat.